Word came overnight that the small town of Pilger, Nebraska, is where not one but two tornadoes touched down in what can only be described as chilling video. We go now to our friend Tom Becka, who is a talk show host in Omaha at 1290 KOIL, KOIL in Omaha, who is up in Pilger, Nebraska. Tom joins us via Skype. Tom, thanks for joining us here on KTRS in St. Louis.
Take a moment here today to count your blessings that you're not one of these people here in Pilger, Nebraska, because it is unbelievable till you see it up close. Condition. Some have been treated and released. You look at this though, and you think it's amazing that there isn't more damage. There wasn't more damage because the town is what you're looking at right now. For those that are watching online, what you're looking at right now used to be a convenience store, and it's just nothing now. It is just nothing. I'm going to try to pan out a little bit. The sun will interfere with the picture a little bit. I'm going to pan out here and show some more. But really, if I guess one thing I would ask your listeners to do would be to help out and to make a donation and to call and to get online and help out by making a donation to GiveSalvationArmy.org. GiveSalvationArmy.org is the website. They can make a donation because these people are going to need everything. They're going to need food, they're going to need shelter, they're going to need water, clothing, everything to get their lives back on track.
Tom, you drove up from Omaha early this morning. Pilger's a town of about 350 people. Is the damage contained
McGraw,
just in Pilger?
I'm sorry, McGraw, you broke up there. What?
Yeah, is the damage contained just to the town of Pilger, or is it more widespread than that?
This is where the most of the damage was, but as you're coming into town, you can see crops completely ruined, completely gone. They are fields that used to have crops planted. The early seedlings are now nothing more than just muddy fields. Damage in other smaller towns around here that have been hurt, but nowhere near the damage that has happened here in Pilger.
Tom, I've never seen two tornadoes at the same time. What's the talk on the ground there? Has anybody seen anything like this?
No, nobody's seen anything like this. I was talking to some people from the Weather Channel, and they'd never seen anything like this. Also, I was we just had a press briefing, and in the press briefing, they still haven't determined just what the category of these tornadoes were, because they were just so awesome. And I use that word, in the connection of what it is. I mean, those were awesome tornadoes, not necessarily good, obviously, but an incredible sight. And some of the pictures from the storm chasers that came out yesterday were just amazing.
Tom, go ahead, Kelly.
Tom, have you been able to talk to any of the residents? I know a lot of them were bused to a nearby shelter, but what have they been saying?
Not yet. They're now just being let back into their homes. They're just now being let back in to see the devastation. And I think the last thing they want to do right now is to talk to some people in the media. They're just now going to see what they've lost. And so we've not had the opportunity to really talk with them. I'm going to pan out here a little bit here and go across the street if we can, and you'll see. I'm going to head over here and show some of the other side of this tornado, because we all saw the video of the tornado that hit two sides of the street. There's one tornado on one side, one tornado on the other side. Here is part of the other side where you see.
Tom Becka is joining us from KOIL in Omaha. He is up in Pilger, Nebraska. Tom, you cut out there for just a moment. You're showing us the two sides of the highway in which two different tornadoes touched down in Pilger. Tom, are you saying that's damage from one side of the street and the other side of the street are from the two different tornadoes?
Well, no, probably all from part of the same tornado in this particular case here, because actually we were told during a briefing that what you're seeing right now, the cars, the damage, the bed that's just lying there, were from a house across the street, and that's here. And I'm going to go, and hopefully I won't cut out here as we move a little bit more to the right. You can see a house here that is standing, and the house, for the most part, a few shingles are missing, and that's it. House is still standing. A few shingles are missing, and that's it. But it gives you an idea of just what we're seeing here. And as I mentioned, when you see it on TV, and we become just so, I don't know, maybe the word is immune to feeling some of this stuff. We see so much in the news of things like this that happen. But when you're here in person and seeing it live, and you realize, this is somebody's life. Their hopes, their dreams, their livelihood, it's all gone. They wake up this morning to an entirely different world from what they woke up to yesterday morning.
Tom, we used to seeing tornadoes. We had one up in North County not too long ago, and of course that devastating one in Joplin a few years ago, where you see a swath go through and destroy a wide part of the town. In this instance, there were two. Driving into town, have you seen two different swaths of damage?
No, I've not been able to, but they're sort of keeping us controlled in a certain area here as to where we can and what we cannot see. I'm just being told. Am I okay here? Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm assuming that's
those people. I'm not with them. I don't know. Sorry, officer. Yes. Okay. Anyway, sorry, McGraw. The Highway Patrol just stays in place, and that we're all where we need to be. And so I'm just making sure that I'm not getting in any trouble here.
Yeah.
But going back to what you said about the two.
Tom Becka with us from Pilger, Nebraska. As you can imagine, the technology being what it is at the site of a tornado, the fact that we can get any type of Skype out of there is amazing.
McGraw, the tornadoes, those pictures you saw, those tornadoes were about a mile apart. So they hit an empty field also.
Yeah.
And so that was where a lot of that other damage came from.
Real quickly, Tom, while we still have you, we're hearing conflicting reports. We're hearing one person died, two people have died. Do you have any more information on the ground there?
Two have died. One was a 5-year-old child. The other was a woman who was in a vehicle, and she's passed away. There are also 5 in critical condition. At least one had been life flighted into Omaha, to the trauma center in Omaha. Some others had been treated and released. So again, it's a small town, but it is amazing that there wasn't more damage and more fatalities and more injuries caused by this incredible tornado.
Tom Becka live from Pilger, Nebraska via Skype, showing us some pictures that are just jaw-dropping of the 2 tornadoes that ripped through a small town in northeastern Nebraska, just outside
northeast Nebraska. It's about maybe about 15 miles east of Norfolk, Johnny Carson's old hometown. About 15 miles east of that, about 95 miles northwest of Omaha.
Tom Becka with 1290 KOIL in Omaha. Tom, be safe. Thanks for checking in.
We'll talk to you later. Thanks, McGraw.
729 here, Big 550.